think that I was never leaving my body too. I was everywhere who thought about me, but I was with my body. It means that I was not leaving the one part for another. I was everywhere at the same time. I could be in New York, I could be in Longview, Texas. I could be in Moscow, I could be in Tbilisi, Georgia. In any place, there was no distance and time at that time with me.
And this time I'm thinking, I want to see my sister. So I immediately find myself in Rockville, Maryland at her home, and she's getting ready to go grocery shopping. She's wearing a beige suit with a green blouse. She's had to go over the house and look for her keys that she had misplaced, had to find her grocery list, and finally she walks out her front door to get in her blue Monte Carlo Chevrolet. And I feel there's no need for me to go to the grocery store with her, so I let her go on, and I'm going to pop over then to another sister who lives a few miles away from her. And this other sister had already left home. I was able to determine she had gone grocery shopping herself. So the guides asked me, was I ready to leave this area now? And I agreed, said yes. About 2 weeks after I had this near-death experience, I was in contact with my sisters, and I brought this fact up to her and described, and she said, well, how did you know? I didn't see you, you weren't here.
I could communicate with the children, with very little children who couldn't speak and who couldn't walk and who were very little, and just coming from that place where I was going. And this was amazing communication with them, spiritual communication. We never spoke in words, we spoke in mental communication. And she had broken hip, and nobody understood why she was crying so loud. And the doctors and his parents were very concerned about this. And I said, don't cry anyway, nobody will understand why do you cry. And she stopped crying and she smiled, you know, and it was incredible experience for that people who were around, and they looked at her and said, what's happened? Why she's not crying at this time? I want to tell them that, you know, she has this disease, this happened with her, but I couldn't communicate with them. After the third day, when I was back to my body, and after 3 days when I could speak, I said to them that, you know, your daughter is crying because of this. She has a broken hip, and, you know, and this is the diagnosis which you are seeking on, you know, and they found that it was truth, you know. They were shocked and they were surprised.
I've also wondered what...